Okay. We're live. How's it going, VOD audience? It's been a while.
Hot sick.
A hot sec. Close to a year, I think.
Just about.
Um since we did Investigations 2.
You know, it's been a
Um
hot second.
to be fair, they announced the Apollo trilogy like pretty much I want to say around the time that we would have just started Apollo Justice anyway because I could just emulate that easily. But then
Yeah.
they're just like, we're putting out the Apollo trilogy, but it's not till January next year. I'm like, okay, I'll wait for that then.
But also, here's Ghost Trick during the summer.
Yay!
It's
It's
Pixel.
Pixel. Where's our boy?
I don't know. Alvin's probably playing Infinite Wealth right now.
Alvin. High
There's
Cloud.
your, there's your other boy. And our third boy, Cheese Whiz, is here.
Cheese whiz. What does that make you, Landon?
I'm a gaming man.
Gaming man.
Mm-hmm.
You're my man.
Yeah. Cheese Whiz, do not hit me with your tail. I'm eating / drinking milkshakes.
Just waiting on Al to join. We'll give it a minute.
Hype it up, Jack.
Hype it up. We're playing the Apollo Justice trilogy, and by that I mean we're just playing the first game, right for right now anyway. Hey, Al's here. Thank God. I don't have to stall. We're playing the
Hey, guess what?
Guess what? The Apollo trilogy is here and we're going to fucking play it.
I want to see.
Oh yeah. That's something I need to do.
Yeah. Only if you want me to actually participate in the stream. If you
True.
don't want me to participate in the stream, I'll go drink my milkshakes. While
tell
I
me
cuddle.
tell me about your milkshakes, Landon. What kind of milkshakes do you have?
Apple cinnamon milkshakes.
Nice.
Yo.
Yeah, baby. Click the
English, let's go. Al, how's Infinite Wealth?
Yeah. Apollo trilogy. Let's go.
Let's go.
I should turn the game volume
Look
down
at
on my
him.
own TV. There he is.
There he is.
Look at him talk.
There they are.
All right. New game, baby.
Mustard, I'm doing well.
I'm doing great because we have the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney trilogy.
Episode 1, Turnabout Trump.
Possibly the best case in this game, unfortunately.
Parts of Case 4 are
Case 4 is good.
okay.
Case
Yeah.
4 is also good. I mean, like, it's a climactic finish to the game. And it's like
Case 4
it's a solid case overall.
Case 4 just has unfortunately a character in it that is probably one of the worst.
Yeah. I would probably argue that this is the single best opening case in the series.
I was going to say it's between this and probably
One of the great Ace Attorney cases.
Yeah.
Like
Because
the
both of those games, like both Great Ace Attorney games, have solid opening cases.
I loved I mean, yeah, I love both of them, but like especially the second game where you play
Yes.
Susato.
Yeah, that one in particular is fantastic. But like up until this point, like the first 3 games, like
Well, the first case in the Trials and Tribulations is pretty good.
yeah, it's pretty good. But this one is still like a step up above that. Still.
We are going to voice the characters in this game. because we did it for Ghost Trick and we had fun.
Yeah.
420!
It's 420,
Let's blaze in the
baby.
courtroom.
Let's do it. Who are we playing as right now?
Sorry, I had to blaze real quick. Also, this stream is brought to you by. Ooh.
Red Robin.
Did you hear that crack of the cold one, Landon?
I did not because Discord's a butthole.
Fuck Discord. It's brought to you by Twisted Tea. Because that's what I felt like drinking tonight. Specifically half and half.
Cheese Whiz, I love you, but
Oh, that tastes good.
I'm throwing him out.
So good. All right. All right, so I'm going to voice Apollo, of course. Okay. Panicked. Palms sweaty. Knees weak, arms are heavy. I
Is there
can
vomit on your sweater already?
I can admit it. Mom's spaghetti. I'm nervous. But on the surface I look calm and ready. I don't know what character this is.
I don't remember. Who
Oh, it's
this
fucking
is.
Kristoff. Do you want to be... Okay, here's the thing. There's a lot of, like, secondary characters.
There he is.
I feel like we're gonna have to, like, split them somehow, because I don't want it to just be me being Apollo and you being everyone else, because that's not fair to you.
Fair.
Do you want to be Kristoff, or do you want me to be him?
You can be him just
Okay.
because I
You'll
feel like
probably be Clavier.
yeah, I'll be his brother for
Yeah.
sure.
You look tense, Justice. Found out tight. Not like those muscles.
Huh?
What? Wound up, sir? No, I'm loose. I'm fine. That screeching noise. Is that your voice? Should I do the German? I should probably not do the German, the bad German accent for the whole stream.
Who's gonna stop you?
True. I'm trying to think of how I want to do his voice. Is that your voice? I suppose it's to be expected. Your first trial and it's a homicide. I guess justice doesn't start small, eh? Wow. Is that a joke about his height?
No, that's a joke about his last name.
I'm fine. I got up at 5 a.m. to do my Chords of Steel voice workout. I'm fine. Ah, that explains it. I did detect a certain rasping quality to your screech. I overdid it again. As you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. I wouldn't want to let him down, if you get my drift. Drift gotten, sir. I'm all over that drift. As it happens, I dined with him the night of the murder. We can't let this case fall through. Yes. Yes! I'm fine, sir. One more thing. Don't say you're fine quite so much. People might take you the wrong way. An idiot. Gulp. I'll be preparing our case. You might want to introduce yourself to the client. My name is Apollo Justice. If it isn't clear already, I'm a new attorney, and today is my first trial. Not that I'm worried or anything. The defendant has been accused of murder. Ugh. My boss wants to help him out, of course, and so do I. I mean, there's no way he did it. Not him. No way. There he is.
I'm gonna put my hoodie on so I can pretend like I'm him.
Oh yeah, you need to get into character.
I need to get into character, man.
Hobo Nick. Whoa! the audible zip. Good, morning.
Morning. It's all up to you today.
First trial, nervous. Meeting him, cardiac arrest. I think I'm supposed to say something. Help?
So you're...
Fine, I'm fine.
Mr. Fine, is it? I did remember you having an odd name.
Well, we're off to a great start. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, with me? Mr. Gavin is a top-notch defense attorney. And he's your friend. So why...
You'll see. You can do it. Be confident.
I'm really sorry this happened to you. I mean,
It's time. Shall we?
Yes, sir. Okay, I need to focus. First trial. Here comes justice. 4:20.
4:20, 10 a.m.
It just like hard cuts to the judge doing a fat bong rip. Oh, well, in celebration of 420, the court is now in session. Oh, which one of us wants to be the judge?
Do you want to be Pain?
That's a good question. I'll be Payne, you be the judge.
Okay. The court is now in session.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is, fine. I mean ready, Your Honor. Mind going blank. Don't panic. Ack. Too late.
Your name was Mr. Justice? And this is your first trial.
Yes, Your Honor. But I'm fine, really.
Are you quite sure? Your voice sounds a bit strained. Mr. Gavin?
Yes, Your Honor.
I was under the impression that you would be heading up this case.
That was my intention, yes. However, a defense attorney must always cede to his client's wishes. And my client specifically requested Mr. Justice.
Well, of course, he wants justice. But to entrust his case to this greenhorn, why? I do not exaggerate when I say that you're the best defense attorney in town, Mr. Gavin. Even better than fucking Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.
Okay.
He's an ace attorney.
He is an ace attorney. Okay, so Gavin's got trial experience. Fine. But does he have cords of steel? I love how they're capitalized, first of all.
Yeah.
Second of all, I feel like I'm doing a good job at making Apollo sound like as much of a dweeb as possible.
Then let's begin. The defendant may enter the courtroom.
Hey
guys, it's 420.
Phoenix. Like, yo, Judge, pass the ball.
Oh.
Oh, here you go.
Back.
Here you go, Mr. Wright.
You know, hit the history button. Hit the history button.
Oh, shit. I was going too fast.
This is truly an unfortunate turn of events. I'm sorry we had to meet again under these circumstances. Long time no see, Mr. Wright. Let's put the past behind us, shall we? These days, I'm merely Phoenix Wright, piano player.
Phoenix Wright, professional hobo. Mr. Wright, how could this have happened?
I won't speak of it further then. If the prosecution would be so kind to explain the charges, Mr. Payne?
To think I saw you enter this room a fresh attorney, and now I'll see you leave in chains. What is he doing with this haircut? Is this the worst Payne haircut? Because I think it's a strong contender.
I think so. It's definitely up there. Ah. Oh. Winston Payne. Subtle as always. Subtle as ever, I see.
But excuse me. Ahem! The crime occurred at the Borscht Bull Club, a Russian restaurant. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, took the victim, a customer, and he hit him. Wham! On the head. Smack! Killed him cold.
A customer at the restaurant, you say?
Killed him cold, you say?
And the defendant, you say he was...
The pianist for the club, it seems. Not to be confused with the penis for the club, which is also him.
What's the difference? Phoenix Wright? Penis? I mean, pianist?
I was gonna say that. Yep, that's me. This is the weapon that took the victim's life. A bottle of grape juice.
That's wine. I had some when we were off screen.
Grape juice is apparently our defendant's drink of choice.
The court accepts the deadly bottle as evidence.
It's not a deadly bottle, it's just a bottle.
Nope, it's a deadly bottle.
Something to note.
Capital D.
Something to note, Justice. That bottle is not deadly at all. That judge is full of shit. All evidence is filed in the court record. Make a practice of checking it frequently. The court record! Right! I've heard of that! Use R to look at the evidence so far. Hey. How long did I yearn for one of these? Just putting it on makes me feel... ready.
Ready. My voice is ready.
Time of death was 2 a.m. on April 17th.
Single
photo.
blow to the head.
The classic photo.
Classic.
And the grape juice. Yeah, 3D view.
Yeah, 3D.
Yeah, baby. Let's read it.
Eat it.
Grape juice. How long has it been since I drank grape juice? Apparently, it's Mr. Wright's favorite drink. I wonder how well it goes with borscht. Oh. The bottle is completely empty. And that's it.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, we need to guess ages.
Oh.
Unfortunately, we've already lost one of them. I think we already know how old Phoenix is. He's like... Because this is 8 years after Trials and Tribulations. And that was... He was 25?
Jeez, he's like 33-ish.
33. Yeah. Everybody gets a Doritos Locos Taco.
Darkest mustard with the I'm hoping none of you have to do the screechy female voice from Ghost Trick.
How old is our victim?
Unless
it just says dead.
Al says 45. I'm gonna go 44.
I'm gonna say 47. Question mark, question mark. Awesome.
Damn.
Everybody gets a Baja Blast.
Yeah, Baja Blast all around.
How old is Payne?
I forget what his age is in the original.
I'm gonna say like 51. I have no idea.
I'm gonna say 40. I'm gonna say 40.
40? Okay.
Yeah.
Al, 48. He's 61.
What the fuck? Well, you get a Baja Blast.
Yeah.
No.
I'm confident in your ability to handle this. Right. Just use R. Sounds like it's time for some hands-on action.
What?
Sounds like it's time for some hand job action. I mean,
just because he's the penis doesn't mean. Just because your client is a penis doesn't mean it's time for a hand job. I know you're eager and whatnot. So the victim was a customer at this restaurant. But just who was this Shady Smith fella?
but just who was this Slim Shady?
Slim Shady.
Well, we believe he was a traveler, Your Honor, hailing from the land of Detroit, Michigan.
A traveler? Like the RPG?
According to his passport, he had been out of the country for a number of years. He had only returned to this country recently, though his place of residence is unclear.
Do you think there'll be a failed attempt to tie this character in like 2 games from now?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. And he had some sort of connection with the defendant.
That, too, is unclear at the present, Your Honor. We believe they first met at the Bush Bull Club on the night of the crime.
Do you think they held hands and made out? I mean,
Your
if they
Honor!
only just met.
You can't say
Then-
that. This is a courtroom.
I
Good
can say
Lord.
whatever I want.
Good Lord, man.
I'm the judge. Thank you. If they had only just met, then why murder?
Then why anal?
Then why hand-holding? Perhaps the victim slighted the defendant's piano playing?
That doesn't appear to have been the case. No, the motive has nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skill. God, look at that fucking Donkey Kong ass smile he has. Like,
I love it.
like, that's a Donkey Kong shaped smile.
It is.
At least not piano playing. I'll let this photo explain what I mean. We already looked at this. As we can see, a game of poker was in progress at the scene of the crime. Poker?
Wait a second.
I hardly knew her.
Wait a second. Isn't poker gambling?
Gambling?
That's a crime in and of itself.
Indeed, it appears our defendant has fallen to become the basest sort of criminal. That that objection sounded way more intense than the voice I've been giving him. Oh well.
Oh.
It was just yelling slightly louder than I thought. Anyway. It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. Yet it was only that, a game, in the purest sense. A competition, Your Honor. A competition? Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. Only the cards, their backs wreathed by blue flame, know its final outcome.
Come again? Speak in English, man.
Excuse me. The cards on the table had blue backs, Your Honor. I believe
thank you.
I believe the defense was waxing poetic in an attempt to mystify those present and impress women.
Well, I am impressed, so carry on.
I'm
That will be
impressed.
our first order of business here, then. To find out more about this fatal game of cards. Huh. They fell right into my trap card. Adjust glasses. Very well, defendant. You will testify to the court about the poker competition held the night of the crime. My pleasure.
This is it! My first trial! Here goes nothing! Witness testimony! The competition.
I'm a pianist and a penis by trade. I can hardly play at all. It's all floppy. My real job is to take on interested customers over. That's that. Just take interested customers over at the poker table.
Wink.
Wink. The room where we play and the competition in there are the club's main attractions. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is. A game. And our customers are happy. A pianist who can't play the piano and a penis who can't bend over backwards?
Better than a defense attorney who can't defend.
Ooh. Got him. Sick burn. Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. And I will go back to drinking my milkshakes.
Right, Your Honor. My first cross-examination. Don't blow it. Are you alright? You're sweating bullets.
1 hit, 2 blows.
Bullets? Where? It's a figure of speech, Justice. Your voice sounds strained and raspy, too. My brain feels strained and raspy, sir. You've watched me perform my cross-examinations many times. Though you've never done one yourself, have you? Care for a a refresher? What to do? Should I ask Mr. Gavin for a hand job? No thanks.
No thanks.
No need for your help here, sir. I think I've got this one covered. I think you'd better do more than think. You know it, or you do not. I'm fine. The cords of steel are ready for battle. My weapons, press, and present. Find any inconsistencies, any lies in the testimony, and reveal them to the court. This is cross-examination. Learn it, know it, do it. Inconsistencies, lies, Phoenix Wright, Psycho Mantis,
Ace Attorney,
Jason, Chief,
Jason McLeod.
As if Phoenix Wright would never lie, and it's up to me to prove it.
The defense may begin the cross-examination. Let her rip.
All right. What do we have? So, we have to press at least one thing, right?
I think so.
I'm gonna go with number 4.
I don't have it open, so hold on.
2 decks of cards. Do you want me to take over his voice while you're looking it up?
No. Okay. A simple measure to prevent cheating. If you alternate 2 decks, no one can slip in cards. If you know what I mean. There's something else I noticed. In addition to the cards on the table, there's some lying scattered on the floor. And Cheese Whiz is trying to get in.
The fuck is... I was about to say, what the fuck is that?
That's Cheese Whiz trying to get in.
Precisely. Cards on the table, cards upon the floor. Each one forming a complete deck. A crime scene painted blue by a sad sweep of cards. It's poetic, really.
Incidentally, we use 2 types of cards at the club. One deck of cards was red, the other blue. As I recall, in poker, you make 5-card hands. Jazz hands here.
I love how he had to put hands in quotations.
I'm glad I did the jazz hands gesture, even though no one can fucking see me.
Yeah. Good job, Landon.
I can see how it would be easy to cheat. Yes. A game of hands.
Hand jobs?
Yeah, yes.
Huh? Is he talking about hand jobs?
You want to pass on statements 2, 3, and 4.
Damn, okay.
But actually, I really have to piss, so...
Okay. Do you want me to
Yeah.
pause or just take over voices?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay. I'll pause. Damn, we got hella save files. Consultation. Turn this on to enable consultations during trial segments after failing to present the correct evidence a few times during a cross-examination or... This is only available in Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice. Okay, then it doesn't fucking matter for this game. There's a story mode? We're gonna put the text box transparency on high. What the fuck do you mean subtitles on or off? This game is only subtitles. What does that mean? Oh, that's pretty good. I'll consult Landon on it when we get back. Usually it's Jack that stops the stream to go piss. True. I'm definitely going to have to piss at some point, though, because I'm slamming these Twisted Teas. Turn off the subtitle. What does that... I'm curious. I mean, they're still here. Just don't... What? Oh, maybe it's for fucking animated cutscenes. Like in the Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice. Because there are a handful of those. Yeah. You might have to go to another dialogue box, but yeah, it's probably just for the animated ones. Oh man, we can look at the privacy policy. Wow, I don't want to. I don't give a fuck about Capcom. How is the game audio, by the way? Is it, like, loud enough?
Did you die yet?
No, I found it funny that this game has a subtitles option.
Oh,
which
so you can turn subtitles on?
Or off. How do you feel about the text box transparency? Obviously, we want, like, at least medium.
Medium's fine.
But I mean, like, low is too dark. But high is kind of like... How do you feel about that?
Is that high?
Yeah.
That's fine.
I see medium.
Yeah, see medium and then...
I kind of like medium, actually.
Yeah, go with medium.
Okay. So we have to press 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
Maybe the music could be a tiny bit louder. Okay. I can't make the music louder in the game. I can turn the game audio up a little bit. Turn that up to like... How's that? They pay you just to play poker?
Yee.
It's your whole
All
line.
that text for just
Yee.
Yee. It would seem to be the case. I am a professional after all. Child.
Bah! Do I detect pride in that statement? It's just hard for an honest, hard-working member of society like me to imagine.
Yes, your imagination was always a bit limited, Winston.
What?
I played poker for 7 years in that little room. And I've never lost once.
What?
You see why the customers come now. Defeat the undefeated poker piano champion.
Papa.
Papa. It's quite a draw. That is, I'm quite a draw.
Ha-cha-cha-cha. Wait, you've never lost once? Not even one time?
Uh-uh. As I said, I'm a professional.
He's played poker for 7 years and not lost once. Is that even possible? The room in the crime scene photo is an attraction?
It has quite a history, actually. The Borscht Bowl Club used to be a gathering spot. Black market types back in the day.
Whoever came up with the name Borscht, like, that's 5 consonants in a row. What the fuck?
You can talk to Russia about it.
But black market?
All in the past. Things like the black market are only on the silver screen nowadays.
You know, it's gonna be weird when we move to the next game. Which one of us is... How are we gonna split the player characters? When we change, like, who we're playing as?
I don't know.
Are we just gonna switch around voices?
Maybe. Or maybe I just take a whole stream off. Or not. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Suffice to say, that there were a lot of deals being made under the table. Right there, in that room. A smoky room? Gambling something? Just look at this picture. Makes me feel bad. The bosses gather around the table, cutting deals safe from the eyes of the law. Breaking the law.
Breaking the law. Breaking the law. Cracking another
cheesy.
cold one. Hell yeah.
Meanwhile, a goon keeps watch through the small window. I can practically picture it now.
That window does look like it would be a... Fuck. That window does look like it would be good for keeping a lookout, but little else.
The room had a few other tricks to it. Though it was common knowledge to our regulars. At any rate, they come to play poker in a room steeped in history. Despite the dark past, it was all just good, clean fun.
We always cleaned up after.
Yeah. This competition you're talking about. I believe the court understands the nature of the game sufficiently.
That's right. It was a simple game, after all.
Are you sure?
Huh? Oh god, we're back to fucking Sissel. Huh?
Huh? People are not murdered over simple games, Mr. Sissel. Defendant, you were in the room the very moment the crime occurred. Yet you claim no connection to the crime?
Now that's... Oh, that's you. My bad.
Now that's strange. What's strange? I was testifying about the competition that night. Asking me about the crime at this point is against the rules, Your Honor. Of course, I expected to hear a cry of objection from the defense.
Ack! Arg! I completely let that one slip by me fingers. Arg!
It's because you don't have fingers anymore.
Anymore.
Two hook Apollo.
Two hook Apollo. That's me name. They're the hooks in me hair. Don't despair. Don't turn into a pirate just yet, Justice. Save it for after the game. I mean, save it for after.
Fuck.
Save the pirate roleplay for after the courtroom. Don't despair yet, Justice. Sir? Right. There's something I'd like to make There's something I'd like made clear. Namely, your connection to the case at hand. And I'd like to hear it from you.
Sure, why not?
Clack.
I'm bored anyway. Very well, the defendant will amend his testimony.
Just one little press.
What?
And I've got myself a whole new testimony.
I pled silence regarding the murder, but I will say I never turned. But I will say I never touched the murder weapon. There's the defense.
Yeah. So you say you didn't touch the murder weapon? This grape juice bottle? Right?
That's my name. What about it? So I said. And also, that's not a grape juice bottle, kid. It's wine. Something the matter, Mr. Justice?
Hee hee hee. I love how shocked the judge is.
Bro?
Ugh.
What the fuck?
God, look at how...
Ugh.
Imagine how greasy that hair is. Too bad our new defense attorney never learned how to play dumb.
What's this, Mr. Payne? Why does your hair do it like that?
I examined the bottle in question, you see. It's not even grape juice. And it was covered with the defendant's cum. And fingerprints.
Ugh.
Objection!
No need to shout, Mr. Justice. I can hear you just fine. Ow, my ears, eh.
Ha ha ha! Excess yelling can damage the judge's ears and our case. But what about my cords of steel? Anyway, what's so strange about fingerprints on a bottle in a restaurant?
Well, that's true.
Oh, they wouldn't prove a thing if they were normal fingerprints. These are extreme fingerprints.
What?
Huh? But the fingerprints on the murder weapon were upside down.
Upside down? What does that mean?
It means he was holding the bottle inverted, and there can only be one reason for that.
He was thirsty?
He was chugging it. Come on.
Yeah, he's chugging
What
it.
if he was really thirsty? Like, what if he, like, accidentally, like, swallowed a piece of dust, and then he had, like, a coughing fit, and then he had to chug the bottle of grape juice? That's feasible.
Yeah, that's feasible. What the fuck, Payne?
Yes, to brain someone with the bottle. I feel like Payne would have the same voice actor as Dr. Crowler. Oh, absolutely. Excuse me? Huh? Professor Crowler! Mr. Gavin, I think things just took a turn for the worse. Oh? I see no problem, Justice. Huh? The only thing that matters is the truth. There's a good reason for everything. You'll see.
Defendant, can you explain your fingerprints on this fucking wine bottle to the court? How thirsty were you?
You see, Your Honor, I was extremely thirsty, as a matter of fact.
I stand by my plea of silence regarding the murder. For now. Not very cooperative, are you? This could hurt your case.
I'm sure he's uncooperative because he's hiding something. There must be some reason. Your Honor, you seem to have forgotten something. Your fly is down.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, XYZ.
And what would that be, Mr. Gavin? I don't have a fly. I'm wearing robes. There's nothing underneath the robes.
On the night of the crime, who was it who reported the murder to the police?
Reported?
Well, that was the defendant, Mr. Wright. But
What?
still,
No.
that...
Lot of hearts, the reporter. I don't know what you're fucking talking about.
Well, yes. According to the case file, the murder was reported from near the scene by a call from the defendant's cell phone. Near the scene? Let's take a look at a diagram of the murder scene, shall we?
Okay. Blue skidoo. We can too.
The victim was murdered in a small room in a basement 2 floors down from ground level. Of course, cell phones can't get reception so far down. The defendant used the stairs in this hallway to go above ground. The call came from the first floor of the restaurant.
I see. And this cell phone and this was the cell phone. Was this your card that made the call?
Right cell phone added to the court record. This is what cell phones look like in 2026.
We're so close to having cell phones that look like that.
We're so
though.
close.
My lord.
The defendant could have just fled the scene of the crime if he so chose. Yet, he fulfilled his duty as a citizen and reported it to the authorities. And you claim he is being uncooperative? What is he looking at? Like, look at that blank stare.
I hit the bong right before this.
Irk. Nice save, Mr. Gavin. I'd better not waste this. I think the prosecution has toyed with our client enough for the time being. Toyed? I assure you, no one is more serious about... What is it you said? The defendant was in the room the very moment that the crime occurred. How can you possibly know this?
That's a good question. How indeed?
The answer is simple, Your Honor. The prosecution has a the prosecution has a decisive witness. Hee hee hee. You're as good as they say you are. So someone else isn't... Fuck. So someone else was in the room the night of the crime. That must mean they witnessed the crime. Everything up till now has been a warm-up, Justice. Are you ready? I don't know why I sounded kind of British there. Gross.
Very well. The prosecution may call its first witness to the stand.
Plate girl. Hot plate. The witness will state her name and profession.
I'll take her.
Okay.
Hold on just a moment. Where's the witness? Well, all I see is a fucking plate.
The judge has no object permanence.
Plates can't defend themselves.
He's fooled by peekaboo. I surmise that she has been frightened by the defense's demonic-looking horns. So I used a little hair gel. Relax, people.
Is that his inner monologue voice?
No, it's just because I said how, like, when his hair was flopped down, they look like pirate hooks.
I know, but I think he just pirates inner monologues.
Inner monologue.
Inner monologue. Goo goo gaga. Have no fear. If any horns point in your direction, this court will cut them off. Snip, snip. You are sure? I don't know what fucking voice that is. I swear it on my gavel and my penis. Please, come out.
Isn't that a sexual assault charge, Your Honor?
Shut up.
Isn't violence against hair a crime, Your Honor? Wow. Where was Apollo and fucking Bobobo?
Where was Apollo and Bobobo?
Why wasn't he a main character?
He should have been a fucking main character. Well, if you're sure it's okay.
I guess it makes sense that the Russian girl works at the borscht. Oh, sorry.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. Would the prosecution care to explain the witness's paraphernalia?
There you go. I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to bring cameras into court. Even Lotta Hart knows this. Oh, fuck.
Yes.
Yes. She is a professional, Your Honor. Those are merely the tools of her trade.
What is she, the cameraman? And that would be... My name is Olga Orgy. I mean...
Olga Orly. Olga Orly.
Orgy.
Olga. You can definitely spell orgy with those letters. It's an anagram for Lola Orgy.
Lola Orgy, folks. It's a Lola Orgy. Olga Orly. I'm employed as waitress. Not witness, but I am a witness. Waitress in the Borscht Bowl Club restaurant. Then why the camera? Do you take photos of him when he's doing the penis act? Of course, Your Honor. Also, it is my pride to serve borscht. that is naming restaurant.
I'm pretty sure she's meant to sound Russian, but
I will not do that.
that's fine. No, I'm not saying you have to, but I'm just like, I was just thinking because of the way she worded that.
Yeah. But I also perform, how is it said? Other service.
Everything is pointing to hand jobs in this case. That's all I'm saying.
I take it one of these other services is hand jobs. And taking photos of Phoenix Wright as he performs the pianist act. Da-da! Like, for example, this one. That's the defendant?
Indeed, on the night of the murder.
Man in white hat is one who has gone kaput.
Kaput.
Kaput. Indeed. This is the victim.
That is the victim. Oh, yeah, clack, clack, clack.
This is the victim. Order! Order! I'd like to order 2 crunchy tacos. Oh, this is quite a piece of evidence to casually drop into our laps.
Wait, since Gumshoe isn't in these games, does that mean that Emma takes over as the Taco Bell representative?
She's the waiter. Gumshoe's busy in the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
He got so big that he's like company CEO.
Yeah.
And that's why he's too busy to appear in these games.
He's busy traveling.
Yeah.
It is the same way as I drop cold bowls of borscht on laps of customers. Casually. Then the court will casually accept this new evidence.
Now, witness, where were you at the time of the murder?
I was in room, murdering. The hideout, we call it.
Excuse me? The hideout?
It is room where famous gangster bad guy was arrested.
God. I love Ace Attorney.
Is room where murder took place.
Fucking bad. What?
Your look of utter surprise. It is lovely.
Oh, how old is she? I'm gonna say 19.
20.
Al?
Anyone else that wants to play?
Anyone guess her age? Al says 27. Darkest Mustard says
Darkest Mustard
24.
says 24.
Pixel says 25. Cloud, you got a guess? I'll give him like 10 seconds. 30. Okay. And the winner is... Landon wins.
Boom, right on the money, baby. Give me that.
You were not right on the money. You said 20.
Oh, right on the money, baby. Give me that. Fucking Baja Blast, baby. I will post it on Instagram door later for you. Photos will be numbered, and you will write which ones you want copy of.
So there were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. The victim, Slim Shady, Mr. Wright, and Lola Orgy, our witness. And if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, that means...
Very well, witness. You will testify to the court about the night's events. I keep changing my voice because I'm dissatisfied with my voice every time I speak. That night, customer asked me to deal cards for game. It was cold. The players played with hats on. Duh. The victim, he plays whole time with his hand on locket at his neck. Then last hand is done, but something terrible has happened. Duh. That man flew at victim and is strangling him to death. I think she's blind. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, incidentally, who won the game?
Isn't it obvious? The winner was the victim, Mr. Shady. That's ridiculous. Because Mr. Right can't lose. Justice, maybe you can come up with a more legitimate objection? But he hadn't lost in 7 years. Take it from me, kid. It happens. I didn't lose a case my first 7 years as prosecutor either. Okay. How? Incidentally, I have some evidence here. Pixel says, why does she have just a random Dutch oven? Because she's a waitress.
Because she serves borscht, yeah?
Because every time in Ace Attorney, when you have a character that has an occupation, they will bring that occupation into court every single time. Pain. These are the poker chips as they lay on the very moment of the crime. The hand and chips on this side belong to the defendant, Mr. Wright. Those on the far side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith. I'll just bring my laptop to court when I have to witness for murder. I mean, that is something an Ace Attorney character would actually do. Just, like, bring their laptop and, like, type on it the whole time while half paying attention.
Yes. Chips, you say?
Like potato chips?
Like potato chips? Are they Doritos, perhaps?
Chips? You mean potato chips? Not those kind of chips, silly! Shout out Sonic Heroes. Duh! I mean, yes! Imagine that poker is war. Your hand is your army, and the chips are the spoils. I know that.
I know that. After all, in my youth, I was the poker head. I was known as the poker head of courtroom number 3.
I did not press A, by the way. Sometimes it just goes automatically to the next line. I think he means poker face.
Poker face. Poker face.
That song isn't out yet. Actually, this game takes place in 2026, so...
That song is out yet, whippersnapper. Just because they haven't done the remix version yet doesn't mean shit. I mean, looking at this picture, getting aroused. It does seem that most of the chips are on the victim's side of the table.
Chips.
Very well, the defense may cross-examine the witness.
Yeah. Cross-examination, baby. This one is fucking easy.
Fucking easy, baby.
Baby mode. Baby
Even
game.
I, the dumb judge, saw through that one right away.
It's the bottle, right?
Nope.
No?
Autopsy report.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. I'm glad I asked.
Yum.
In the mood for Cool Ranch Doritos. I just bought a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos today.
Why aren't you shoving those down your throat right now?
Because I need to voice characters in this game, Landon.
Damn. Cheese Whiz?
Which is for the best, because there was a lot of points in the original Ace Attorney trilogy where I'm just kind of sitting there and like eating chips with my mic muted.
Nom, 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 nom.
Uh,
I
Alice
wish
says,
Jack didn't ask
didn't ask what?
if it was the wine bottle or not.
Oh. Right, why would you ask? Oh, really? Fuck. Oh, really? Oh, really? Strangled, you say? That's odd.
Da, normal customers only choke on borscht.
No, I mean, this report shows that the victim died of a blow to the head.
Ah,
Miss Orgy, really now? Did you witness the crime?
eek.
Clyde.
Wow, you did so good at catching the borscht. 10 out of 10. But looking at the photo, it does seem like he was hit. He was still wearing his hat and everything.
Doesn't.
What? He's still wearing his hat and everything.
You said does.
It does look like he was strangled.
Yes, it is a fact that he was hit, Your Honor.
What? What did I say?
Here's a photo we took of the victim with his hat off during our investigation.
Well, that's quite shocking, isn't it? You moved, you tempered with the fucking, whoa! Like, his head certainly was hit. Anyway, why were you moving shit around in the, crime scene? But, I have seen it happen. The defendant, he lunged at victim, his neck.
Oh, really, Miss Orgy? I think I've caught you in your own lie this time. Justice. I admire your enthusiasm, but perhaps you should think this one through once more.
What?
What do you mean? I found a contradiction. There's one thing in her testimony that troubles me.
Very well. It seems we should continue the cross-examination.
There's such a thing as thinking too much. I'm doing it right now. Pointing. This horse is dead. Let's stop beating it.
Let's keep beating it.
There's such a thing as thinking aloud too much, too.
What?
What? Alright. It's cold. Both players wear hats. Victim who plays with the tongue in the hand. Last hand. After defendant tried to strangle the victim, he hit him with bottle.
Statement 3.
Press statement 3.
No, you're 100% on it.
Victim he plays the whole time in the hand. Oh, oh, I know.
The new photo. There's no locket.
My God. You know, there was one curious part in her testimony that just like Mr. Gavin said. But what does it mean?
Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what it is you're thinking so intensely about? I can almost hear it through my eyeballs.
Recall the testimony, Your Honor. The victim played with his hand on his locket at his neck, I believe she said. I hope you aren't about to raise an objection to the witness's grammar. No, but look at this photograph.
Okay.
Do you see a locket on that victim's neck?
I see an Adam's apple.
Well done, Justice. I'm impressed. I knew you'd be able to handle this. But what does it mean?
If we are to believe this witness testimony as is, then the locket disappeared following the victim's death.
Lockets don't just disappear, Your Honor.
Disappear for good.
It's quite simple when you think about it. If the locket is gone, someone must have taken it off, no? Taken it off? Wait! You don't mean... The defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all. He was taking off his locket. Wouldn't that explain it? Irk? Rebel.
Clack. Defendant, what do you have to say to this? Say. Yeah? I just noticed this, but... You have something hanging around your neck, don't you?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh? You mean this? Yes, it's a locket with a photograph inside. A photo of my daughter.
Come again? No, I already came, thank you.
Mr. Wright, you have a daughter? When did you and Edgeworth get married?
We confirmed it at the time of the arrest. The picture in the locket is indeed Mr. Wright's daughter. So Mr. Wright has a locket too? Why don't
And a daughter too?
Why don't I buy that this is just a coincidence?
Well now, if you and Edgeworth got married, why didn't I get invited to the wedding?
Which is how we know that they didn't get married.
Yeah. If the results of this poker game led to the murder...
Because obviously if when, and I say when and not if, Phoenix and Edgeworth get married, the judge has to officiate.
Yes.
Or Gumshoe officiates.
Ooh. Also yes. Perhaps we should hear a bit more about the outcome of the game.
Further testimony won't really be necessary. It's clear the defendant lost. Badly.
Miss Orgy, you will testify to the court about the game played between the victim and the defendant.
Witness testimony. I think now's a good time to take a break.
Break time.
Break time. Actually, I still have a little bit of Twisted Tea left, and I don't have to pee just yet. We'll get through this testimony first, and then take a break.
Not break time.
Not break time.
The game began with 3,500 point in chips for each man. House chips come in two sizes, small and large. The one who was winning, it was victim. For last hand, defendant play with all chips on table and lose. The moment loss was decided, defendant grabs bottle from the table and... Indeed. Indeed. Looking at this picture, it does seem to be a one-sided game.
As the court knows, poker was the defendant's life. Failure must have been a bitter pill to swallow.
How many times have I heard these words? I done it in a fit of anger. Ugh.
I done it in a fit of anger, Your Honor, and now I regret what I done.
A common tale, but true.
Methinks the judge watches too many old court movies. Mr. Wright said he hasn't lost in 7 years, so this testimony must be wrong. Okay.
Present statement 2.
Thank you. Are the chips in this photo all the chips that were used?
Of course.
Huh? Something's fishy with these chips. Ah, I get it. Gregson. Live Gregson
Press
reaction.
harder.
Maybe you could explain a bit about these chips.
Explain? What is there to explain? To be explained?
Poker chips are poker chips. They're not fish and chips, not a chip off the old block, and not a motorcycle cop. What? Thanks. Now that I've pressed harder, I'd better ask her something. What are these chips worth? Are they in dollars? Or rubles, even?
Yeah. As I had been saying before, it was game, not gambling. Hard perhaps for capitalist dummy to understand.
Oh, burn.
2 types of chips. Doritos and Lay's.
The Doritos are obviously worth 1,000.
The Lay's chips were worth 100-point chips. And 1,000-point chips were the Doritos Cool Ranch. It is not money, it is chips.
Justice. Sir! Don't you find her comment interesting? In more ways than one, sir. I'd have it added to her testimony myself.
Well, does the witness want the...
Does the
Wait,
witness?
does the defense... Does the witness want to witness her witness? And does the defense want the witness to add her testimony? Add
Yes.
to her testimony. Oh, okay.
I do think this deserves further scrutiny.
Oh, okay.
Added to the testimony.
Oh, okay.
I wish I knew what I could... I wish I knew if I could... I wish I could understand the judge better.
I wish I could read my words better.
I wish I knew where I was going with this.
Very well, witness. If you would be so kind. Oh, I just hit the bottle. Die, Your Honor. One kind
Okay.
of potato chip is 100 points. The other potato chip is 1,000. 2 kinds in all.
Okay.
Present.
This picture?
Yeah.
You're sure it was the victim who won? Absolutely sure? It seems our new attorney is a bit confused. A glance at the picture is enough to tell you who won. If you're not in kindergarten.
I just graduated preschool. So, just for safety's sake, could you explain the problem to the court?
Please. Of course, Your Honor.
Oh, thank you.
In this photo, I see small chips and I see large chips. Tell me, which were worth 1,000 points? Why, the big ones, of course. Duh. Oh, I thought so too. But then the totals don't add up. The totals? Let's review what the witness has told us. Each man started with 3,500 points in chips, and the combined total value of chips was 7,000 points.
Yes. If my calculations are correct, let's see. 3 plus 1, carry the 5, divided by 27.
They are, Your Honor. Now,
Oh.
look at this photo that allegedly shows all the chips.
Okay.
If the big
What?
chips are worth 1,000 points, and the small chips are worth 100,
2,
and you add them up.
3.
How
Can
much
you
is
go back
it?
to the photo, please? I was still counting.
Do it yourself. You aren't in kindergarten, you know.
No, but I just graduated.
10,600 points. The chips don't add up. This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony.
1.
Shut the fuck up. But why? How could this be?
How can I pre?
How can I pre?
The Big Kitty store allowed me to cheat death.
How can I pre? Ex-
Four chips.
Oh shit. Except,
5 chips.
oh god. Okay. Okay. Christoph. Exactly. Shut the fuck. I don't know why. It's just the fucking visual image of the judge in the background counting the chips. Like individually.
Yeah.
But having no idea how to count.
Wait. I have to start over again. Hold on.
Oh, fuck.
Can we go back to the photo again?
Oh, yeah, sure. Here you go, Judge. Oh, shit, wrong photo.
No chips. Oh. Okay.
Okay. Okay, let's move on. Exactly. Justice. Now that you know the what, you must determine the why. Right. There's only one possible way to explain this contradiction. Both were right.
Both were right.
Each man began the game with 3,500 points. If all the chips are indeed shown in this photograph, then there can be only one answer.
Well, what is it? Also, I count 7 chips.
The value of the chips was the other way around. What? Want to know what I think? The small chips were worth 1,000 points, not the big ones. Madness! Utter madness! Show me the photograph of the chips again.
Show me the photograph.
Why did
of the
you count
chips
them again?
Why did you count them?
1,
1,
2.
2. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 small chips and 10 large chips.
I love how our joke came back to us. We got vindicated by our own stupid jokes.
Why, that does make 7,000 points when you add them up. And I did that on all my toes.
Yeah,
and fingers.
I counted that myself, yep.
I counted that myself. I know math.
Excellent work, Justice. You made the judge believe You made the judge believe he thinks he's good at math. Shit. It's almost as though you figured it out by yourself. It's almost
How to
as though he
manipulate the
figured.
judge?
Yeah. Whew. Well, I'm just glad I was the one who said it. Jesus. But wait! The value of the chips may be different, but that changes nothing.
Indeed. The victim did have the larger number of chips still. Wait. Oh, shit! I pooped my pants.
Exactly. If the small chips are 1,000 points and the large chips are 100, let's do a little math. Add up the
Okay.
points for each side of the table.
All right. Let me see the photo again. All right. 1. The victim, Mr. Smith, had 2,600 points, and the defendant had 41,000 million points.
It's
That doesn't make sense.
2,900.
2,900 points and 41 bajillion points.
Well now,
Ugh.
it seems that Mr. Wright was winning that night after. Oh God, Judge, you really did shit yourself. Oh, that smells terrible.
Did. This is why I wear the diapers. Because fucking assholes like you guys take so long.
That's impossible.
No, you can buy them at the store.
I'm losing the fucking pain voice. My client had even less reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning. Yarg!
Now you're a pirate.
Now, Miss Orgy, you must have known the true value of the chips, since you were there at the scene of the crime, weren't you?
Eek. Yay, stole the borscht. Order! Order! Where's my order of Doritos Locos Tacos? It appears our defendant has lost his motive. And Mr. Wright's supposed defeat never happened.
What
you
fucking
okay, Pig?
what noise is he making? None.
Narg.
Oh, some roast beef, some chicken, a pizza.
We must now ask ourselves whether we... what the... Excuse me? Was it Miss Orgy? I did not want to be saying this, but... Actually, you see,
See what, Miss Orley? What do we see?
I like how he's the only one that actually says Miss Orley.
Oh, did I say Orley? I didn't.
You said Orley, but I think Payne would be the only one to actually say Miss Orley.
Yeah.
in the last hand, there was cheat.
Rabble. A cheat? You don't mean a trick?
Wait, or do you mean a scam?
They're all the same thing.
Yes, there was cheat in last hand. That is why game ends with chips as they are.
Great. Just great. First we have the lying, now the cheating. Well, this case reminds me of my ex-husband.
Sorry?
Well, this case certainly has taken a turn.
Oh,
For the
okay.
interesting.
Just like my ex-husband. Witness, you will please testify to the court.
I mostly just meant the lying and the cheating.
Oh, okay. Whatever, fucking Gavin. Tell us about this cheating in the final hand. Da.
The final hand.
The last hand, both men had full house. There are 4 of each card in deck, from ace to king. If you look at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious. The next moment, game becomes argument da. The defendant's trick was exposed. He took bottle in his hand. Poor Mr. Shady.
Miss Orgy, why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning?
No one asked.
I thought I smelled a cover-up here, and it's not just the judge.
Hey!
Well, folks, it's time to throw back the covers.
I pooed it again. Anyway, a full house is a very high-scoring hand.
The judge's seat is definitely a toilet.
It's a toilet. No, not easy to make, in my experience.
That alone is enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics. Sorry, wrong voice. Mr. Gavin? What's a full house? Lawyers these days, you don't know your early 90s sitcoms?
Yeah, it goes like this. I can't say this bodes well for your case or career. I'm sure it'll end after 2 more games.
What is this, some kind of secret court poker ring? Justice. You know the terms 1 pair, 2 pair, and 3 of a kind, yes? Yeah, no problem.
I know 1 fish, 2 fish. Red fish, blue fish.
2 cards with the same number makes a pair, and 3 makes 3 of a kind.
What does a red fish make?
Good. Now picture a hand with 1 pair and 1 3 of a kind. I love how they give you a tutorial on what a full house is. That's a full house. That doesn't sound very easy to make, does it? You can see each player's hand in this photo. Wow, they both have full houses. We forget, there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
If he did cheat in the last hand, that still leaves one important question. Mr. Wright lost that hand. Who's ever heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat? Okay, now I'm calling for break time.
Break time!
I was half expecting a to be continued at some point, but
Oh, it's after this examination.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Fuck it. I already paused the game.
Break time!
Break time. We'll be right back. I'm back. I'm back.
Hi, back.
I have a twisted tea. Another one.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I have a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos. And these are probably the most unseasoned Cool Ranch Doritos I've ever seen. I'm kind of disappointed.
Damn.
I'm still going to eat them, but they're basically just tortilla chips.
Damn. Not here.
You hate to see it. Family Feud stream never. What do you mean? I already made custom characters for all of the Gaming Stooges. Family Feud stream someday.
One day.
All right, you ready to resume, Landon?
Resume.
Resume.
Yeah.
Paused. Okay.
I farted.
Nice. Okay, what are we doing here?
Personal. Third statement.
How was it clear? That's you, Landon.
Well, the defendant, he played a fifth ace.
A fifth ace?
I still remember both hands very well. Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. And Mr. Wright's 2.
Obviously, cheating was afoot. Or perhaps I should say, a hand. Badum-tish. Hold on, if I play it in the Discord, will it play on the stream? Good question. We're gonna... Yeah! There we go. Thank you, Landon.
That's
All right.
the more appropriate.
Yeah. Your Honor, perhaps this could be added to the testimony without Mr. Payne's joke.
Very well. The witness will add this detail to her testimony. Please, now. Please. Now. Now. Please, now.
Mr. Smith's hand had 3 aces and Mr. Wright's 2. It is 5 aces in all.
Yeah, but there's 2 hands. Or 2 decks.
But they only use 1 deck at a time.
Oh.
You just present the chips photo.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It appears the witness is mistaken.
Miss Taken, but my name is Orgy.
Look, this piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you said in your testimony.
That's the photo of the chips, is it not?
Justice.
Do you want me to count them again?
Justice. Perhaps you ought to explain your point in a way that the judge can comprehend.
1.
In other words, use your finger to point out your point.
2. Oh, yes, please, point out the contradiction. I can't count forever, man.
Jesus Christ.
Here.
Right there.
It's right
Miss Orgy.
there.
Miss Orgy, in your testimony, you made the following claim. Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces, but as you can clearly see, the victim's hand only held 2 aces.
Eek.
Well, maybe the witness was simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant's hand that held the 3rd ace in question. take another look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Where's the 5th ace? I see cheating all right, and it's going on right here in this courtroom.
Yeah. 2 aces in each player's hand does make 4 aces total. Even I can count that. Hardly proof of cheating.
Wait, please. It is true. I have seen it. The 5th ace. There was cheating. I swear to you.
Her hand has to be tired.
No. I waitress all day and night.
That's odd.
Borsh's life.
She must be lying. Yet she's clearly using a wooden hand. Yet she's the most sincere I've seen her all day. You're right to trust your instincts. Mr. Gavin? Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead? Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion.
You would like to go to prison now?
No, that's for later in the game.
Oh, okay. Then what would it be, Mr. Gavin?
If you don't mind, perhaps we might examine the actual cards.
Oh. The cards?
Oh, don't make me count those 2.
Shit.
Mr. Payne. Eric. Yes? The players' hands that night were set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request that the cards be shown to the court.
Hold on. I have to fart. Very well. The prosecution will submit this evidence, and I will probably fart again.
And submit his butthole.
And submit his butthole for my gavel.
To the court. For my
To the court, so I can gavel it.
Yep.
Which will you examine?
The victim's cards, or my butthole?
Or his butthole, actually. The victim's cards or the defendant's cards?
If these cards don't prove cheating was going on, nothing will. Now, which of these hands is more suspicious? The victim's hand.
The victim's hands.
It was the victim's hand that changed over the course of the witness's testimony. The defense requests time to examine Mr. Smith's cards.
Very well, Mr. Payne, if you would.
Very well.
I don't want you to speak anymore. Thank you.
Well, time's a-wasting. Get to it, Justice. Yes, sir. When examining evidence, be sure to view it from all sides and angles. Try using R and turn it every which way, using X and Y to zoom in and out. That should give you a better perspective on the case. Okay,
What?
that was really weird, but let's do this.
I wasn't following a word he said.
Oh my god. What? Your Honor, look at this. One of the victim's cards. The back is a different color. Eh? Eh?
That's impossible. But I put that card.
What was that, Miss Orgy?
I don't know. No. I merely said, da. I have. Eek.
Your Honor.
Mr. Gavin, yes?
Tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker?
To poker face? Poker face?
I'll tell you. One merely needs a friend, a comrade, shall we say. So, the dealer. Wait,
I stubbed my toe.
so you mean
Yes, it hurt.
this witness, Miss Orgy? She's the cheater. A professional, I'd wager.
Yet. Order! Order! Where are my Doritos Locos Tacos?
Focus, Justice. Time to take advantage of her. I mean, of her mistake. Your Honor, please recall the testimony we just heard.
That's impossible. But I put the card in Wright's hand.
Ergo, Miss Olola Orgy conspired to cheat, not only with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Slim Shady.
Ooga. Chugga. Ooga chugga.
Chaga, ooga, Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine an altercation between her and the victim. What?
I can't fight this feeling. Deep inside of me. Wait, you don't mean... The defense isn't accusing the witness, Miss Orgy Ogla. Are you?
Time for justice.
That's you.
There were 3 people in the room at the time of the incident. And if Mr. Wright isn't guilty, that means I am.
You're guilty?
The defense accuses the witness, Miss Lola Orgy, of murder.
Eee.
You know, I've never really thought about this until now, but Apollo Justice has the same color scheme as the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Damn.
Oh,
Mr.
sorry.
Payne, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, where is your witness, Miss Ogla Orgy?
There, I posted in the spoilers. Join our Discord. It appears she has lost consciousness, Your Honor.
Mr. Justice?
Your Honor. Do you see what I mean? With, like, the fucking red and the fucking neon, or not the neon, but, like, the turquoise.
Yeah.
And, like, the fucking brown.
Yeah.
It's Apollo Justice.
It's Apollo Justice. It seems you presented a new possibility to the court, which means we're going to have breaky time so I can have sippy time, and then we can come back and resume. One suggesting a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Shady.
And that means...
This court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant at this time.
Nerk. What? I did it. I held out. My dick.
Put that thing away. Egad, man. It's so small and shrivel.
Oh, come on. Don't do
You're
it.
not supposed to start at 5 a.m.
Don't do
to
Apollo.
practice your chords of steel. I see no point in prolonging the trial this day. Prosecution will need to make further inquiries. Meh. Meh, meh, meh.
Mr. Wright?
Can't end the trial here, Your Honor.
Papa.
Papa.
Not yet.
What nonsense is the defendant spewing now?
Think. One of the cards had a different colored back. I think. Don't you wonder what it means?
Well, what are you doing, Mr. Wright? Raising objections right when you're about to get off the hook? Ridiculous!
Mr. Payne, you of all people should know. Mr. Wright has a talent for murder. I mean, the ridiculous. Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night. As was said before, we alternated between 2 decks of cards that night.
That was said before.
I know, I said it. The 2 decks of the club have 2 different backs, blue and red. 1 color per deck.
1 color per dick.
1 color of my penis.
Why use different colored backs?
Because one's the color of my penis, one was the color of Mr. Slim Shady's. If we use the same color, the 2 decks would get all mixed up.
You use different colors and they still got mixed up.
We used the red deck for the last game. The red dick for the last game. I see. But that's odd. For some reason, I have this impression that you were using the blue cards.
What?
At least that's the impression that I get.
Yeah, me too. I've never had to knock on wood. Just kidding, he has many times in this game already. I'm sure someone said something about blue cards. Whatever. In the end, 1 card of the wrong color got into the mix, which means there was cheating.
Yeah, the card slipped into the deck would seem to indicate cheating. Yet, this card raises 2 serious questions. Apollo?
Yes?
Let's consider the first question, shall we? Think, in the last game, when was the card swapped?
When?
There was 3 broad possibilities here.
Who's this broad?
Who's this broad? It could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after the murder.
What the fuck is Cheese Whiz doing in the background?
Cheese Whiz is just sitting in the chair that was Kari.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Thanks for the news bulletin, Mr. Wright. Of course it was Oh.
Oh? It might be as simple as you think, Mr. Payne. Or it might not be.
Nerk. That was about
like
accurate
to
to what
hear-
that was, right?
I think so. I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. He's the main character, after all. Kind of. He's like the 3rd most important character in this game. I'm still the most important. I'm Ace Attorney, after all.
Who's number 2?
Trucy, my daughter, you dumbass.
When was the card swapped into the deck?
After.
No, it was during. It was like exactly at the same time as fucking Slim Shady getting his brains bashed in. The card got slipped into the deck.
Whoops.
Perhaps it happened after the murder? What's that? Ridiculous. What's the point of cheating after the hands have been shown? That's silly. Yes, but tell me, How do you swap cards during the game? I'll take silly over impossible. Take it from me, son. There's a lot of silly in this world, but very little impossible. Oh? Even with the backs of the cards a different color? If you pulled that during the game, you'd be caught in no time.
Quite true.
Claude says they're talking about cards. It really is Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
So many chips and cards.
Yeah.
That would mean the blue card in question was swapped after the hands were shown, after the murder.
Oh my god. God, I'm glad pain is only in this case. I hate that I chose this voice. Okay, this is going past silly and straight on to crazy. I ask again, what's the point of cheating after the game is over? Who would do that?
Who indeed? That's one of the mysteries before us. There's another? Yes, a simple yet decisive question must be asked. Why do they rock so hard?
And what are friends for?
And who swapped the red card for a blue card?
Alpost, I don't know why Alpost, oh, just because of the chips. So I'm legally obligated to take a bite of a Dorito because of that comment. Enjoy.
Yes.
Barely seasoned Cool Ranch.
Crunchy.
Who? The game and murder is done. The victim is dead. Only 2 remain in the room. Alive, that is. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and our witness, Lola Orgy. Okay, so who was it that swapped the red card for a blue?
Someone else.
Oh my god, no way.
Oh my god, it was someone else.
No way.
No way.
The one who swapped the cards wasn't Mr. Wright, of course. And, well, it doesn't seem like it could have been Lola Orgy either. God, look at that fucking toing from this fucking
Doing.
hair. Do it again, Apollo. What are,
What
oh,
are you
sorry.
suggesting?
That's you. My bad.
You're just so used to voicing everyone.
Yeah. That's hardly a logical conclusion, I'll admit. As the defense, I think it only makes sense for you to name Miss Orgy at this point. Yes, I know. But she was the one who dealt the cards, right? I just can't believe she would make the mistake of swapping the wrong color card.
And if the card was swapped during the game, it'd be obvious. Heh. Heh, 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 heh. Something you'd like to share with the court, Mr. Wright? Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking how much fun all of this is.
Yeah, it is fun. I'm having
Yeah,
fun.
it is fun. Yeah, we're having a good time.
Hell yeah. Fun? How about confusing? I have no idea what the defense is claiming, Your Honor. If the one who swapped the card wasn't the defendant, and it wasn't Miss Orgy, then who was it? Yeah, well, what is the quest? That is the question, isn't it?
Precisely.
Huh?
I believe we're about to see this case take one direction. A new direction.
Oh, sorry.
I
don't know why I
One
keep-
direction. The band.
I don't know why I keep wanting to try to voice the judge. That's you.
A new direction. We'll find that, indeed. After the murder, someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hand.
And that someone made 2 critical mistakes.
What were they?
Oh my god.
I'm sure you're going to tell us that the first was swapping the wrong color card.
Because the one who did the swap didn't know 2 colors of cards were being used. The other mistake was the number on the card.
Right. The person replaced the 5th ace with a king.
I'm sure whoever swapped it wasn't expecting there to be a 5th ace after all. All I knew was that the game had to be won with a full house. So they picked up a king from the table and swapped it in.
But there's one problem. According to our case record, this person doesn't exist.
True. Not until now. But you have to admit the possibility of a 4th person.
A 4th person?
4 people?
4 people? That's more than I can count. That's more than I can count.
That's more than I can count. And I can count up to 6. 6 ships, that is. Though, it's more of a possibility. And you know, there's endless possibilities. There was someone else there that night at the scene of the crime.
What? I believe the judge spoke truthfully earlier. You do make trials ridiculous, Mr. Wright.
This trial has proceeded on one central
ass.
assumption. Namely, that at the time of the incident, there was only 3 people in the room.
I believe this news evidence, shall we say, overturns that assumption.
The problem is that you chose to conceal this information from the court. And for that, I shall soil myself again.
I suppose that is a problem. Yes.
He did it because it would be funny.
It would be funny.
Court is adjourned for a brief recess. In the meantime, I'm going to make party. Mr. Gavin, I will see you in my chambers during this recess. You're gonna wipe my ass.
Oh no.
Say the line.
Certainly, Your Honor.
Very well. The trial will resume in 20 minutes.
When I'm done making my poopy.
After my poopy and after my sippy.
Damn, we haven't even gotten to 4:20 p.m. yet.
No.
That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. To suddenly claim there was another person at the scene of the crime like that. I must ask, is it the truth?
Well, now, I think you would know that answer to that.
Ah, being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I've no time for mysteries. I only ask that you leave the defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome.
I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Christoph.
Justice? Yes, sir! The judge has summoned me to his chambers, so carry on without me. I have to go wipe a grown man's ass.
There he goes. Well, you did well, Apollo. I'd give you about a 6 out of 10.
Can I ask you something?
No. I mean, sure.
That locket you wear, Is that really yours, Mr. Wright?
Ah, so you're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket. Here, you can take a look at it. That's a picture of my daughter in there.
It's Drusy!
Oh, hiya!
Oh no. I'm just surprised to hear you had a daughter.
Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days.
One more question.
No, no more questions.
The one who cheated that night, was it you?
What do you think?
Huh?
You know what happened 7 years ago? What I did?
Oh boy, the obligatory old case that ties into the current case. We're getting into it already.
It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat.
I never, honest. But it is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 years.
Want to know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker.
Eh?
You see, poker is all about reading your opponent. In that way, it's a lot like a court case.
Poker is like trial law?
Figure out what your opponent's thinking, and you'll win. Simple as that.
Well-
Enough said.
Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds.
Uh-uh. I think not.
Go.
Alright, Goofy.
Gosh.
Gorsh. Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information.
You're kidding.
That witness, for instance, Miss Orgy, was it?
Yep. Lola Orgy was her name.
She would
Uh-huh.
touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. This is all, of course, going to come into play later in the form of a new mechanic.
Did you
Did
see
you notice? Did you know?
it? No. Come on, who'd notice that?
Words, habits, twitches. It's all information for the reading. That's the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass the secret on to you.
But I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals.
Sorry, kid. You'll have to do it.
Huh?
You just don't know it yet, but there'll come a time where you'll have to.
What's he talking about?
You will. Soon. Very soon. Ah, almost forgot. I'm gonna have a little bit of my own sippy. Get some hot milk here. No, one more thing about this case. You should know, I haven't told the truth to anyone yet.
What? I knew it.
I have my reasons, of course. All shall be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. I need your power.
My, power? I had no idea my cords of steel were that special.
Not that power, dumbass. Anyway, it's time. The real trial begins now. Do your best.
To be continued. I'm really glad that I decided to save or not save, but take a break when I did.
Yeah.
Boy.
We have 3 testimonies in this next part.
Mm-hmm. We're probably not going to finish this case tonight, I feel like.
Speedrun! Speedrun!
Yep, there you go.
Court will now reconvene. Has our witness, Miss Orgy Ogla, recovered?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, she's regained consciousness. Perhaps we can hear her version of the events again. That's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued.
You're looking a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Payne. Do I hear a bit of hoarse in your voice?
Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute.
You're sounding a little fatigued yourself, Christoph.
The defense would like to request that Miss Orgy take the stand.
Did it really take my ass wiping take it out of you? Very well, the witness will take the stand.
Such a terrible bit.
It is. You know what a better bit was?
What? The judge
counting
Oh yeah. Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession. Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and a poorer loser.
Not.
She's a pirate!
Arg.
Oh shit.
Name's Ogla Orderly. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer, baby. People call me Ogla Quick Fingers Orgy.
What does that mean?
I give really good hand jobs. Arg. Oh, really? I'm gonna slide into those DMs.
Whatever that
Want
means.
to know something else?
I love how our stupid pirate joke from earlier has come back.
Arg. I'm not really Russian. And my last name sounds like Orgy. There. That's the truth. Arg. I hope you're satisfied.
Damn, I like her more this way.
Damn. Damn, witness. You hot bitch.
Witness! You will tell the court what you were really up to that night.
Fine. We had a plan, see? Let me remind you that you are currently under oath. Any further fabrications will have serious consequences.
But all the fabrications from earlier, totally fine. Don't worry.
Those were all fine.
Don't worry about it, sweetie. You're doing great.
You're doing great. Please keep up the great work. Fine.
Apollo's like, that's what I am. I'm fine.
I'm fine. Like I said, I'm a pro. This guy, Slim? I don't know. Hired me to do what I do best. I was planted at the Borscht Bowl Club several days prior to the night of the game. As a waitress.
Oh no, I'm eating a Dorito. Hold on.
No. So you were in cahoots with the victim?
We'll call that good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Not that he needed my help. Slim Shady was a well-known poker player in some circles. But winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. It was about destroying a legend. The unbeatable Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Erg. The plan was simple, elegant really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand. And then deal 5 aces during one of their games. Then their hands were revealed. Shady would call him out and search Wright. And then they would hug and kiss and make out. He would then pull out his penis, and whoops, there goes the trap. You swap the cards. I'm sure that's how Slim Shady sounds.
Yeah, exactly.
You sound like you swap. Erg. Exposed as a cheater and losing on top of that, it would have made a great double play.
Or he just sounds exactly like Eminem. It's like, yo, you swap the cards, dog.
Dog. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces. Indeed. Getting caught red-handed at cheating would cast doubt on all his prior wins, too. A 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan.
I keep, looking out the corner of my eye when I read the chat, and I think, in my peripheral vision, I keep thinking that's a Yu-Gi-Oh card around her neck.
Oh.
Like the backside to a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
This is the Millennium Camera.
Oh, really, Orly? How droll. But it appears you made quite the mistake.
Mistake?
I agree. The trap was elegant. Yet, what happened to that planted card? Hey, that's right!
He's lucky. I'll give him that. You'd have to be a slip-free. What?
You'd have to slip free.
To slip free from a trap laid by Olga Quick Fingers. Oh, really?
Olga.
Olga.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, really? To tell more about these quick fingers. Also, a witness would be much cuter if she dispensed with the pirate accent.
No. Let her cook.
What? What was that? Who said that? Cute? Who wants to be cute, Arg? I'm not cute. I'm bad. You hear me? Bad.
Disagree.
What?
I mean, she is bad, but, in a different way.
Oh. Is that because of her quick fingers? Tell me about this trap, and how it was sprung. When you're through being bad, just tell me about the trap. Also, use those quick fingers more, please. Right.
When did you want to call it for the night?
I mean, whenever you want to.
I mean, you were just yawning a little bit. I was just wondering if you were getting tired.
I don't have to work tomorrow, so I don't care.
Oh, okay. Fuck it then.
Yeah. That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to. Arg. And Wright lost the last hand just like he's supposed to. Then Slim Shady searched him. But the planted card was gone. The trap failed. Erg. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was that no-good cheating defendant. A surprisingly frank testimony that still leaves us mostly in the dark. The trap was perfect, I tell ye. Perfect. If that rotten cheater hadn't messed it up.
Look who's talking.
Well, the testimony, for what it's worth, is all yours, Mr.
Mr. Just Ice?
Just Ice? I didn't order ice.
With witnesses like her, who needs criminals? And with defendants like Mr. Wright, who needs prosecutors?
And with judges like me, who needs law? Press the fourth statement.
The fourth statement?
Fourth state, Mr. Obama.
Mr. Obama?
Mr. Obama?
Wait! Isn't that a little odd?
What's odd?
You searched Mr. Wright, thoroughly.
With those quick hands.
And found nothing? Which means he didn't cheat. Which means he had no reason to strike the victim. Oh my god. What was that just now? I think I'm having a heart attack.
I think you're tripping balls, man.
I sense something.
Something wrong, Mr. Just Ice?
Nothing, Your Honor. What to do? Should I press her a little harder?
Press harder.
Miss Orgy, you're hiding something. Look at the way she's...
Miss... Oh, really?
Look at the way she's holding it. It is a Millennium item.
It's a Millennium item, folks. It's the Millennium camera. What are you talking about? You? Me? Quick finger.
The defense will refrain from baseless accusations.
Thank you. Erg.
I have one question for the witness stand. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true?
Of course it's true. I did see it. Honest. So, Mr. Wright,
What's this weird vibe I'm getting?
That witness, for instance, Mr. O'Reilly. Mr. O'Reilly. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of his testimony. Did you know?
Did you see it?
Did you see it?
Touching her neck, was it? Oh my god. Whoa! What's going on? The sensation. It's coming into focus.
Speaking of Millennium items.
There, that twitch. It's so clear. It's like I could perceive her habit like I couldn't before. Gotcha. Yeah.
Hey, Lois.
Hey, Lois. Remember the time I was an ace attorney? Miss O'Reilly, perhaps you are unaware of this yourself.
Unaware of what? Now I'm doing his voice. What the fuck?
Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand.
My neck?
My back?
His pussy?
My crack?
So what?
What indeed, Justice? I hadn't noticed anything about her neck, her back, her pussy, or her crack.
Her crack?
When she says that part of the testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory, and she touches her neck. I'm sure of it.
What about her back?
A memory? Would someone care to explain what he's babbling about? What
about her pussy?
What are memories? Is that something you can eat?
Payne, shut up. This is highly unusual. We must have some testimony about the pussy and the crack. Let's ask the defense. You claim the witness has both a back, a pussy, and a crack. Please elaborate. Maybe you have evidence of this memory.
Her habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. So, what would remind her most of the moment of the crime? Miss O'Reilly, whenever you recall the crime last night...
Please show the class.
Whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck. I've noticed it happens when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon left an inerasable impression on your neck is this. What?
It's the wine bottle, you dumbass.
Okay. Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. And what reminds us more of that moment than this bottle, the murder weapon? But something doesn't fit. If you were only the witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain? I know it has low battery. Shut up. What's he talking about now? It was Mr. Smith, the victim, who was hit, not you. Hey Jack, don't know if you noticed, but you have a low battery. Wow, thank you, Pixel.
So helpful.
Thank you for telling me.
Very cool.
This is a cross-examination, not a cross-wild conjecture. The witness's habits? They're completely irrelevant. Justice, I'll admit I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a unique cross-examination. I'll explain later. Just trust me. Now's our only chance to break her. Break her testimony. Miss O'Reilly, please testify in detail about the moment of the crime. The very moment. Why is she rushing again?
Yet. I am knowing nothing. Erg.
We know you're not Russian.
The witness will testify, please, now.
Bah. Fine.
Yarg.
Nerg. He's the only one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the coppers got there.
His phone.
His phone.
Miss Orley, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you said. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant.
Grr.
And we know that the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made that phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Bull Club.
Grr. Yeah.
So, explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely. Not the lobster.
Ah. The man who picked up the bottle and swung it that night wasn't the defendant.
Pixel said, you could say I'm the most helpful, really.
Definitely not a distraction with shitty jokes. Not at all.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
You're being very helpful. Shutdown time.
Shutdown time.
You dirty cheat. Check his
You dirty
pockets
cheat.
now.
Nah.
It's gone. The card's gone. You lose.
You lose.
Arg.
Ugh. Just then, Smith grabbed the bottle from next to right.
Oh, sorry.
Nerd. And he hit me.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Eek.
Ugh. When I came to, the victim was already dead. Oh, the victim was already dead? Is that it? That's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If it came out that I was in league with Smith, I'd be a suspect for sure, matey. Well, where does this leave us? I'm confused. Madness.
Oh,
This is
sorry.
madness.
Sorry, I was checking my phone. Madness! This is madness! I'm dreaming! It must have been me who was hit with a bottle, and I'm imagining all of this.
I wish, but no. It appears our prosecution is at his wit's end, and frankly, I can't blame him.
Can't you?
Mr. Gavin, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
Mr. Gavin? Sir? I believe that, as the defense in this case, we are compelled to call Miss Orley a big fat liar, starring Paul Giamatti.
What? What? Now I'm doing his voice again, erg.
3 were in that room the night of the murder. The defendant, the victim, and her. And she has a motive. A motive? Her plot foiled, the witness got into an argument with her client, Mr. Shady. And the denouement? Denouement? Is that correct?
I believe so.
The denouement of that argument was murder.
What? I didn't. I'm no killer. I'm only a pirate. It's a trap. Someone's trying to frame me. Yeah. What tangle weaves we weave?
What tangled weaves we weave.
What tangle weeds we weave when we practice to deceive?
Bars.
Bores. Lay 'em down thick, Mr. Hobo. So tangled, we catch ourselves in the process. Mr. Wright, no one asked you to read off your slam poetry. Such a hasty conclusion. My daughter actually wrote this. Also, it's not like you, Christoph.
What are you saying?
Why not consider the other possibility? That there was another person in the room at the time of the murder.
Right, like Mr. Wright was saying before recess.
A single card was swapped into the victim's hand after the murder. And the one who swapped the card didn't know two colors of cards were being used. A fourth person.
Huh! This theory again! Your fourth person doesn't exist!
Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch the real criminal. The real criminal? And we're in luck. A clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided to us, for us, by us, and right at the beginning of the trial, no less.
What?
Apollo, perhaps you know what I'm talking about.
Sorry.
Remember what I said? The fourth person who swapped the card made one critical error.
He or she wasn't considering the color on the backs of the cards.
Right. But how could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards used for the last game were red. Yet, there's one person here in our court who thought those cards were blue.
Yeah, I had that impression too. But why?
Well, Apollo, think you can figure out who it was?
It's not me, I swear!
Who is this fourth person?
Why do I always get put on the spot like this? Apollo, this is your first trial.
Because it's you're the fucking title character, dumbass. Let's hear what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards used in the final game blue? It was Christoph Gavin.
It was Phoenix Wright.
It was Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Pianist. As I expected. Your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair.
I was right?
No, I'm right. Phoenix Wright. Christoph Gavin, you were the fourth person that night.
But of course Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards.
How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white.
Which means it was black and white in real life when it was taken.
That's true. You can't tell which of the cards are blue and which on the floor or the table.
But look! You can see the colors in this photo.
Yes. But when he said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light.
It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim, yet it was only that, a game, in the purest sense. A competition, Your Honor.
A competition?
Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. I've read this already.
Yes, you have. Only the cards and the backs are
Blah, blah, blah.
blamed with the blah. Well, Christoph?
Mr. Gavin?
Mr. Gavin, is something the matter?
No, nothing. Excuse me, it was just so sudden.
Were you
Right.
thinking about break time?
Right, you weren't seriously accusing me, are you?
Oh, Christoph? You know, even I'd never take a joke this far.
Damn.
This has gone beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity. The defendant is accusing his own defense attorney of murder?
I assure you, I'm quite sane. Also, why are
And
you
don't-
still here?
And don't call me Shirley.
And don't call me Shirley.
But what possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim?
I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either.
Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met.
Well, what if they have?
Huh?
There is a possibility, after all. They may have met that night before the game started.
What are you suggesting?
Is this the truth Mr. Wright was saying silent about? Well, only one thing to do. Mr. Wright, the defense would like to request that you testify to the court. The defense would like to request no such thing. Mr. Gavin? Testimonies must relate to the case. How could anything happen before that game of poker be related?
Rabble, 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 rabble.
I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Gavin.
As I explained before, the defense believes that Miss Orley, Orgy,
Oh, really? Am I to assume you speak for Mr. Just Ice in this? He is the defense, not you. Mr. Just Ice, the matter of Mr. W. Wright's testimony is up to you.
Oh, okay. Gulp.
Yup. Does the court, in your opinion, need to hear Mr. W. Wright's testimony?
Yes
Hear
or no?
the testimony.
Yes.
Hear the testimony.
This was Mr. Wright's strategy. He was planning this all along, and I intend to see it through. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court. At 2, Justice, you would betray me, your teacher. I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. It's about the truth.
Very well. The defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand, please.
Nice. I will scroll through this and then probably call it a night.
The evening Christoph and I had dinner, we sat at the table in this photograph. Shady Smith walked in 5 minutes after Christoph left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold, and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin. Mr. Gavin, you were at Borscht Bowl Club that night of the murder? I dine with him rather frequently.
And he talked to you, the defendant, on the phone directly after the murder?
Quite against my will, I had become involved in a murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him.
You were planning this all along, weren't you, right? Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial?
The only thing I want is the truth. As I did back then, and now.
I thought my office was doing you a favor when we took on your defense. It appears that I was wrong.
Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witness. But not today. Next week.
Justice. Sir! He's lying, and you're going to expose him. Understood, sir. Mr. Gavin and Mr. Wright, this can end well. Why can't I have a normal trial? Alright. Yeah, I'm starting to get pretty sleepy. I gotta work in the morning.
We did it!
We did it, yay!
We successfully streamed a video game.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
And now Jack's gonna forget to charge his controller.
Nope, I'm plugging it in right now.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be dead by the time we started next week.
Nope. I'm going to be a smart boy.
Hell
Plug
yeah.
it in.
Leave it unplugged.
Leave it unplugged.
Gaming Stooges unplugged.
All right. Well, that was fun so far.
1, 2,
My voice is tired,
3.
and my body is tired.
Comes after 3.
6.
6.
I counted to 6. All right. Thanks for joining Al. Thanks for joining Pixel. Thanks for joining Cloud and Darkest Mustard earlier as well.
Yay.
And Landon.
Hey, that's me.
And me.
And you.
We'll be back.
We're both Landon.
We're both Landon. We'll be back next week with more. Okay, bye.
Bye.